showing me a mullet now too, and then he's laughing.
Oh my goodness, yes, he wore a mullet for a long time, way after it was popular.
Oh my gosh, and he's like, reminds me, he just showed me this, he's hilarious. I love him. He's got the comb, and in the movie Grease, where John Travolta takes the comb and he brushes his hair back, that's what he's doing right now.
This is just so him. It's unbelievable.
But
he's been on my mind anyway. He's just totally been on my mind.
Oh, and when you asked me what kind of reading, I'll tell you, your brother popped in so fast. And I thought, there's other things we could talk about, but there's such an emphasis coming from him of even concern and worry for you. He has shown me some health things. He's very worried about your lungs, your heart, the lungs. So he's wanting you to be careful and be mindful of that. So, make sure you're staying on top of the lung health, the heart health.
Yes, I am.
Good. Now, your other sibling, is this a brother? Because he showed me another male.
Yes, I do have. We had have another brother.
Okay, perfect. Will you please share the message to him that he says hello? He says, it's like I can't leave until I make sure that my brother knows that I'm thinking of him. So, and then I heard a one-syllable S name like Scott or Steve. It's just S. I know that's very simple, but and I'm sure we know a one-syllable S name. But I feel this is connected to a female, so maybe think about if that was a girlfriend or, I feel like it is. I feel that, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, he's just wanting to recognize her as well, just like brother. But
my best friend, the boy.
Yeah. What is your best friend's name?
Savoy.
Oh, Savoy. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Savoy. Yes, Savoy.
Oh, Savoy. Oh, and that's very Savoy. That's a very interesting name. No wonder why I couldn't hear it. It's so different. I love it. So please let's
different. Yes.
Yeah, share that message to Savoy as well. Okay.
She's an angel now too.
Oh, well, that's why when he says I'm with her, I thought he meant in the physical. So validating they're together. That's where he says I'm with her. I'm with her. So, and very protective of all your loved ones on the other side too, by the way. He makes me feel like he's just wanting to even guide people to where they need to go when they cross over. He's a beautiful, doing some of God's work type of energy. And I think, the fact that he's been on your mind so much just recently, it really is, it's his way of letting you know he's there. He's very subtle with certain things. So you might want to just, he just said, stop questioning. It's me. Stop questioning. It's me, he just said.
Yes, so that makes sense.
You question, but he's very present, especially when he drives with you. And then he's kind of teasing about your driving. I'm not sure what that's about.
Well, yes, I understand.
Well, good. We will call you out on the radio. Well, I hope this little message helped you, my friend. I do need to wrap up my show, but the veil is so thin, so watch for those signs from him and all your other loved ones, okay?
I sure will, and thank you very much. This was just spot on.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was my pleasure, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you.
All right, my friend, you're welcome. Have a great night.
You too. Happy Halloween.
Thank you. Happy Halloween to you. Bye. All right, my friends, that's a wrap. It goes by so fast, but what a beautiful ending for Halloween. So I can't wait for tomorrow. Go on to mini-medium.com. All my info is there, and I will see you guys next week, and we'll be in November. Okay, bye, guys.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Spiritual Connections with Psychic Medium Cindy. Psychic Medium Cindy. Live from Facebook.com/Psychic Cindy. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Spiritual Connection on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Good to be here tonight. Hope everybody's had a great Thursday so far. Looking forward to the weekend. So what was I going to talk about tonight? Oh, big super full moon on Tuesday in Pisces. I hope everybody got to enjoy that and see some of the clips. We stayed up really late, depending on where you were. You might have saw some of the partial eclipse that night. I know for some of you that was Wednesday night, depending on where you are in the world. But for us in North America, we had it on Tuesday night. And, you know, it was super, it was big, it was bright. You can see a little bit of a bunny there. Still. So we will carry some of this full moon energy now for about 5 more days, I would say. So still time to release what no longer serves you. This is, you know, Pisces is the end of the zodiac cycle. So if you look at the signs, this is a good time to release anything that you no longer need. This is going to be a time of change. So a good time to bring in some intentions too. Before we move into the next new moon in Aries next time, we'll definitely be setting some intentions for that. So, but in the meantime, I hope that it all went well for everybody. It's exciting. So I think I will pull just a few oracle cards, see what the collective needs to know. There's one flying out right now, and we'll do just a couple more, and then maybe a few tarot cards for the weekend, see what the weekend's going to bring. All right, that's a lot of cards. I'm not going to do it. All right, this is actually perfect. So the first card that did fly out is the chaos, chaos and conflict. They don't really feel a lot of chaos and conflict when you see this card. It is a 33, which is a number 6 card, which is actually all about union and harmony and all that stuff. So, but I think the chaos and the conflict probably would have been maybe a little chaos and conflict over this full moon energy. Full moons can be a little bit chaotic for some people, depending on their energy. The conflict might have been just certain things coming up, right? Like, the things that creep up that we need to get rid of. Right? Those thoughts, those old memories, you're like, I haven't thought about that in 20 years. Where did that come from? Well, guess what? It just means that it's time to let it go. And the card that comes right behind it is the regeneration card, which is perfect. And that's exactly what we're doing, right? We are regenerating. We're getting ready. We're moving into Aries. We're moving into the new calendar year in the zodiac, zodiac calendar. So I think that's what we need to focus on. I'm just going to quickly do a few more cards before we get our caller on the line, just because I said I would. We'll do a few tarot cards, just a few, just 3 would be nice for the weekend. What's Friday, Saturday, Sunday going to look like for the collective? Let's just see. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 2 and 3. All right. All right. Well, there's definitely some communication coming in tomorrow for some of you. Some of you may be a little bit surprised about something you're going to hear. For others, maybe this is something that you've been expecting to hear. With the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Wands is actually a really fast-moving energy too. So for some of you, it's simply maybe like Friday goes by really quickly. Not a bad thing. Then you have the number 3 of Wands. So 2 wands in a row there. So I like the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is always standing there. It's like he's waiting for ships to come in. It is all about recognition and reward too. It's often referred to as the entrepreneur card too. So if you are waiting for something, you have these two together, maybe you own your own business or you want to start your own business or something. There may be some information that's coming in with this one for your business. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is all about clarity. So, and that very well is that communication too. Maybe something you've been thinking about or something that, has been going on in the background. You're not quite sure what's going to happen. It looks like you're definitely going to get some clarity on that with the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, any of the aces also bring in new things, new opportunities. So that's really good. That seems really good for the weekend. I'm really excited. So now we have Danielle in Arizona. Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. What can I do for you this evening?
Do you have any messages for me?
Messages from like departed loved one, or just messages from like the cards?
How about any messages from the cards? Like what do you see for me?
All right, let's start with some oracle cards and sort of get your energy here. We have a few minutes, and let's see what the oracle cards wanted to know. What's the theme? What's going on? All right. Oh, the first one is good. Oh, look at that. Popular card. All right. So the first card they actually have come out is soulmates, which is beautiful. So the soulmate card is exactly that. Soulmates are coming into your life. A soulmate, this could be a romantic person. If you don't have somebody in your life, somebody's possibly coming in romantically. If not, soulmates can also be our friends. It can be friends, it can be family. We have a lot of soulmate connections in our lifetime. It's never just one person. It's many, many different people that come in many different forms at different times in our lives. You too did get the regeneration card. So it again goes quite nicely with the fact that the soulmates came in first, kind of just saying, okay, this is regeneration. But I also look at this as like a transformation card. So it's kind of like the beginning, like the seeds have been planted, the tree is going to grow, the forest is going to rebloom, and that's sort of where you are. We do have the all that glitters card too. And my interpretation of this card is not exactly the interpretation that that you would find in the book, but it is, this is a beautiful deck, and I love the person who created it. But all the glitters card for me, it usually means that something is good is coming in, right? Some sort of abundance is coming into your life. So it could be health, it could be a career, it could be money, it could be, a new love. Something's coming in. So that seems to be the theme. What do you think of that? How's that sound so far?
Well, that sounds good.
Sounds good. Are we thinking about relationships particularly?
Well, I have a soulmate, so.
Do you have a soulmate and all is well with that?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you.
Sorry, like is all is okay with your soulmate? Like the relationship is good?
No, we're not together right now. But when you say that he's coming back, that's what I understand now. I'm interpreting it.
Okay, so you think it's that particular same person? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we have some time? So why don't we do some more cards and see, right?
Okay.
Because like I said, soulmates come in many forms, and there's many of them, right? So could be him, could be somebody else. We'll see. I'll just pull a few cards and just see. You think about the person that you're thinking about, and we'll see what's happening there. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. All right. So you are the first card that I pull here is you are the page of Pentacles. So which is beautiful. So you're definitely coming in with an offer. You may be coming in with an offer with this person, right? With the soulmate that you're thinking of. Your soulmate came in as the Page of Cups. Came in as the Page of Cups reverse, but that's okay. Because, still cup energy, just maybe you're going to be the one that kind of tries to rekindle this relationship or, start this conversation. Do you have, how you see the relationship? You do see it as a Three of Wands. So you definitely see that there's like and I would, in the relationship reading, I would interpret this as you're waiting for this person to come back into your life as you're the person standing on the shoreline there. What's hidden about you, you may know this, is communication. So you need to have clear communication with this person, okay? That has to be the way it's going to be if you're going to rekindle this. You do have the basis of the relationship, which is the Ace of Swords, which is also all about clarity. So you're definitely looking at clarity and communication. The future of the relationship, it is the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is about stability and security. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a marriage card, and it's not a big, huge like Nine of Cups or Ten of Cups or something like that. But it is security and stability. Right now, the takeaway or the lesson of this relationship right now is rest and recovery. So that's like you're resting and recovering, or they're resting and recovering. Okay? How's that sound? I'm going to just pull one more card just to see, or a couple more cards. I'm going to pull one more just to see who this person is. Okay? To clarify this Page of Cups. Okay, now this person is the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So now this person is kind of like walking away from the situation. You feel that? They're walking away from the relationship? Or they have walked away from the relationship? Okay. But then I have them as like Pentacles. Are they an earth sign? Any chance?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm just going to pull one more for the future. There's a lot of movement in this reading, right? With the Five of Pentacles, I only have another minute, and with the Moon card, and with the Eight of Wands, there's just a lot of fast action and a lot of moving. I don't know for sure whether you're going to get back together with this person or not, but I definitely feel you need to have a conversation and kind of see how it goes, right? This is definitely a time for you. Definitely a time for you to use your intuition, right? And remember, there's always more than one soulmate. Like sometimes relationships don't work out because they're not supposed to work out, and then you'll move on and you'll meet somebody new. Okay. I hope that helps you. It's not the perfect reading, but it definitely, I hopefully give you a little bit of insight. So, but thank you very much for calling, and have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you. I'll see you back here next week.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone with Melissa Markham. Live from mmastrovibes.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, S1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the S1 Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. First of all, happy Halloween. I don't know about everybody out there, but I love Halloween. I love the energy. I feel like the spirits and just the world that we can't see is, I feel like we're really connected, especially today with all of this, because it's in honor of this. And I just want to say that, I don't know, it's always been one of my favorite holidays. So let's talk about astrology. The first thing that I wanted to mention is tomorrow, November 1st, is a new moon. And it's a new moon in Scorpio. So like I say to all my clients, And like I've said on previous shows, new moons are new beginnings. And with Scorpio, it's all about transformation. So let's say you have an idea that you want to do something completely different for 2025. And you need some really good inspiration. This is a really good time to do that. It is during a new moon. New moons, like I said, are new beginnings. Very good to manifest in this moon. This moon is very transformative, and it's something that if you have this urge to do something very deep down in your soul, now is your time to do it. And I always say for things like this is to almost make a contract with yourself. And what that means is write it down. Write it down. Write what you want down in your phone, in your notes section, and be very, very specific. Generally, when people manifest, they are very general. They're not very specific. But the more specific you are, the more that energy will come to you, So, for example, let's say you want in 2025 a new job, or you want to meet somebody. Be very specific about those things. Write down specifically the type of job you want, the work environment. What are some of the things that you want to accomplish with that job? If it's a new business, be very specific about it. If with a person, write down everything that you're looking for in that person, from personality to height to commonalities between you and that person. That's where I think people get caught up with the manifestation thing. They're just like, okay, I want this. And then when they don't get it, they say it doesn't work, because it's really about the thoughts that you think about things. It's not about the mind aspect. It's really matching the head-heart coherence. And I think that's an important factor that people tend to forget about. And certainly things like The Secret, which almost made it too good to be true. And you know what they say about too good to be true. If it is too good to be true, then that's what it is, right? So I just wanted to reflect on that. I wanted to say, too, that I feel that, with everything that's going on this year, don't get caught up in all the chaos. And I just, it's really about what you feel inside, not what the world is doing. So I want to go to my readings now. Shawnee from Utah.
Yes,
hi, Shawnee. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what I am is an evolutionary vibrational astrologer. What I do is I really look for the core, for the sole purpose of why you're here, what is blocking you from living, your highest vibration. And that's how I looked at the chart. And by the way, the chart is yours. You're manifesting all of this. So if I can give you just a little, something on Halloween to inspire you, that's what I look forward to doing. So with that, what is your birth date, month, date, and year?
September 9th, 1987.
September 9th, 1987. Oops. 1987. Okay, what is the birth time?
I'm not sure, but it's in the midnight hour.
In the midnight, would you say it was after midnight?
Yeah, like 12:07.
1207.
Somewhere around there.
Okay. And just to let you know, I do readings professionally. So if ever you wanted to take this to the next level, I would recommend you getting your birth certificate. And typically you can get it online, the county that you were born, and ask for the long form, because the long form has a time on it. So anyway, city and state you were born.
Gunnison, Utah.
Gunnison with a G or Denison with a D?
Gunnison with a G.
Okay, how do you spell that?
Gunnison.
Okay, got it right here. Okay. Okay, I figured this because, okay, so when we talk about soul purpose, what I look at in my charts is called the lunar nodes. And these are elliptical points in the sky, and they're very karmic. You come in from the south node, and the whole purpose is to get to the north node energy, which is going to bring you to your highest vibration. I would say with a south node in Libra, your south node is in Libra in the 4th house of Cancer, and your north node is in Aries in the 10th house. So these are your nodes and the things that you have to work on in this life forever. But the nodes in the sky change about every 18 months. And we are in Aries Libra right now. We're approaching Pisces Virgo, but we are still in Aries Libra. So what that means for you, south node in Libra, I would say in the 4th house, I would say you're definitely a people pleaser. You don't like conflict. You look at everything fairly, except for the fact that you sell yourself short on things. You put others before yourself. You could be a little bit codependent, and especially in relationship to family, because it's in the 4th house. The 4th house represents family. So what your mission is you came here to lead, to step into your power, and especially in relationship to your reputation and career. So if you have this driving force that's, in you to lead something, to maybe start your own business, to go for that management position, I would say absolutely 100% do it. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it actually did.
Yeah, I would say you're a self-starter. You're a person that can get things done. You just have to believe that you can do it. I would say when I look to other parts of your chart, I'm looking at Chiron being the wounded healer in Gemini. I would say that there's parts of you that are afraid to speak up and afraid to say what you want, and sometimes it's those voices in your head, that can kind of hold you back. But the power is there if you want it. And, your mind is strong. You have the sun in the 3rd house. It's in Virgo. You have Mars there. So I feel like once you kind of put your mind to it and say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to accomplish, you can absolutely 110% do it. It's just, it comes from the thought process that, yes, I can do this. Yes, I am worthy. Yes, I'm not going to be the sidekick anymore. I want to be the star of my own show, whatever that is. So
yeah,
does
that
help?
absolutely makes sense. Yeah. That absolutely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's more than just, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, like, if you could tell, like, you know how you were saying, like, you know, if you wanted to start a business or if you wanted to, you know, become a manager, can you kind of say or like tell what I would be good at?
I mean, I think you would be good at, because it's coming from the fourth house, anything that has to do, let's just say, I'm just kind of, you know, throwing this out there. Anything that has to do with the home, whether it's decorating, whether it's real estate, whether it's, but it's kind of a new way to do it. It's not like, let's say you decided to get into feng shui and you use that as part of your real estate business. You're using a little bit of the spiritual. You're doing it a different way. You know, you're leading something in that way. You know, just try things and whatever feels right to you, but experiment with it and kind of play with it, you know. But that's what I have. This is a very short show. So, but I hope that, I wish you all the luck. And if you want to go further, my website is www.mmastrofibes.com. And thank you so much, Shawnee, for calling in.
Yeah, thank
really
you
nice
very
to
much.
talk to you. Okay, have a great night. Gosh, 15 minutes goes by really fast, right? So once again, just wanted to tell everybody, manifest, 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 new moon tomorrow, and start building a life that you deserve. And
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gene Rose, and I am the host for Sessions with Spirit. Happy Halloween to all, or a blessed Samhain as I celebrate. Tonight is the night where we celebrate the lives of our departed loved ones as well as our ancestors. So it is a bit of a sacred time for me, as well as we are now upon the thinning of the veil Yes, once it hit sundown, the thinning of the veil began. In fact, I already knocked out my first thinning of the veil mediumship session, and it went beautifully. So I can already tell that we are off to a fantastic start. Guys, before we jump into readings, I pulled a card for everyone for tonight. Like I said, today is very special. It is also a secret holiday for me. So, yeah, we have a lot of things in the works tonight. We are doing live callers. I'm going to be talking about the thinning of the veil sessions, as well as some other fabulous things. But first, like I said, let's get to the card. So the card I pulled was ritual. Okay. And ritual is, can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft. A ritual of dedication to self and those who gaze, hold fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. Now, what does that mean? When we break the card down, it is going to basically be that reminder to feel spirit, to feel the universe, that energy. Whether you call it source or God or goddess, it does not matter. What is important is that you take that special time to connect to that power. That's what I think gets us through, not just tonight, but every day. Having that connection, having that understanding even, that's going to be important as well. So guys, I wish you all a beautiful evening tonight. I really do. Like I said, I'm going to be doing appointments the rest of the night after I get done with this show, so I'm very excited. First up, we have Lana. Hi, Lana. You are in Ohio, like me. How nice.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm sitting here enjoying my Samhain by my fire. I'm doing pretty good.
I'm so glad to hear that. What would you like a reading on tonight?
I would like to know if there's anybody with me.
Who's the male figure, love?
Pardon me?
The male?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
It's okay. Who is the male?
The male?
Yes, the gentleman.
That's probably him.
Yes. I feel him with you. You also have like a mother energy surrounding you. Does that resonate? And it doesn't have to be your direct mother. It could be like a grandmother or a very close aunt. But someone who definitely filled that maternal role.
Yep.
Oh, love. Well, tonight is the night of Samhain, and it also is the thinning of the veil. The thinning of the veil, just in case you didn't know, is when the veil between the two worlds, both the physical and the spiritual, become basically non-existent, allowing our departed loved ones to come over and basically visit us. Not that they can't the rest of the year, but this time of the year, it is definitely a bit easier for them to move around. If I'm to explain it in layman's terms, I definitely would take peace and solace in knowing that they are both with you. And they are definitely guiding you every day through your decisions, your actions, and your moves.
Can you pick up anything else about the male?
Did he pass young?
Yes, he did.
Okay. My condolences, love. Is that your son?
He is.
Because I heard him say mom.
Yep, that's him.
Oh, love. Lana. Oh, I wish I could just grab you and hug you right now. I know anything I say doesn't make it easier. I get that. But honey, he wants you to know that he is with you every single day. You lost him, yes, in the physical sense. But baby, he has never left your side. You hear me? Because I keep feeling, I can't feel him. I can't feel him anymore. I don't feel him. Is that what you have been expressing lately?
Yeah. I feel him following me sometimes.
Yes, that is it.
On
Yes.
my right side.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Just he wants you to know that that's not your love. Okay? You absolutely can feel him. You're not going crazy. That is him 1,000%. And also with the radio too.
What about the telepathic?
Definitely the messages that you think that he's been telling you, I would suggest like following, like he's been giving you advice. He says, stay, Mom.
Stay, Mom?
Does that make sense? Stay. He says, stay. Does that make sense to you?
It does. There's many times I wanted to go be with him.
I know, love. I know. What goes out to you?
And I battle with that. I battle with that.
On a daily basis. Lana.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to live that way. That's not living. That's barely surviving. That's just, going through the motions every day. He wants you to live. He's at peace, love. Now make him happy and you live your life. So he can watch you do all these wonderful things.
Just gets hard,
I know. But do it for him. Do it for him and with him in mind. In honor of him. He can't be here to do it.
Mad at him?
What? He does giggle at
mad
that.
At him.
Yes, when you get mad at it, yes, he does kind of giggle at that. Yes. He's with you, love.
But that's good to know.
Well, I'm glad that
it's been 2 years since I've lost him.
Oh, Lana. Like I said before, my deepest condolences.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. If you will do me the biggest honor and favor, okay? I would absolutely adore it if you went and found me on Facebook. And the reason why is I would love to keep in touch with you. And here and there, check in on how you're doing. I would love that.
It's Connie.
Just follow me at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose.
Okay. All right.
And shoot me a message anytime. Yeah. And that way I can keep tabs on you and you and I can keep in touch.
Are you picking up on anything else?
Just the fact that he wants you to be happy.
He said that a lot of times, but
he means it this time. He wants you to follow through. He wants you to follow through. You got to follow through this time. You can't keep quitting
without him.
I know. And I know it's easier said than done, too. I get that.
Yeah.
But he wants you to find the strength to do it. He says you deserve that happiness. You know what?
I'm trying.
Just making the call tonight for this reading, that is a huge stride. So be proud of yourself for that. That way you were able to receive this message.
Yeah.
So that's huge. I mean, that's something you did for yourself. That's major.
Yeah.
See?
He's been wanting me to be happy I mean,
Yes. He wanted that when he was alive, too. That was always something he wished for. That was always something he wanted, was his mother to be happy.
yeah.
So now make him proud. Look at it like that. Make him proud.
I'm trying. Believe me, I'm trying.
I know you are, love. I know. Like I said, definitely. Like I said, definitely keep in touch with me. And that way I can check in with you every now and then and just see how you're doing, okay?
I definitely will.
Oh, Londa, thank you so much. You have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Up next, we have Lisa.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
How are you doing this evening? Well, by you, it is morning. How are you doing? Yeah.
Good, thanks.
How's your day
Happy
going?
Halloween.
Good? Oh, good. Okay. What are we going to be reading on today?
I just wanted to see if you could pick up anything regards to my financial situation.
Absolutely. Let me pick up my tarot deck and we will pull a few cards. Has there been a recent change in it?
Not yet, no.
Okay. What was the reshuffling or reorganizing? Like moving things around? I don't know if you just did the budget.
No, we just got rid of a few things that we didn't need anymore.
Oh, okay. So that would be that reorganizing. That makes sense. All right, love. So your first card is the Knight of Cups. That card fell reversed. Good news is that stress is going to be finally leaving the situation. I feel like you've been sort of in a pressure cooker for a while. I mean, that would make sense when you kind of think about things, especially with the card being the Knight from the Cup suit. Knights represent chaotic energy. Cups are going to signify our emotions. When you have that card in particular, that is going to signify or represent chaotic energy. Your second card was the Death card. Now, I know I say that card and people automatically assume that I'm talking about a physical passing. I am not. In fact, it is unethical to read on that. What it instead represents is the ending of one chapter and the beautiful new beginning of the next. So as you are wondering about your finances, those hardships, those challenges, those soon are to be all in the past. Here and moving forward, it is going to be much easier. In fact, the next card was the King of Swords. That's going to signify success. It's all about being logical. You can always find money if you go through your budget. You can always find things to trim out, as you just said you did when I said the reorganizing or the reshuffling of things. You know, I think things are definitely going to get better. Next card was the King of Pentacles. Pentacles is going to be the money suit. I pulled one more card and it was the Seven of Wands. That is going to represent a hard-fought victory. So I think you're definitely moving in a direction to where things are not only going to get better, but also a lot easier.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Good, Lisa. I'm so glad. You have a wonderful night, love.
You too. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye. Well, guys, up next, we're going to be doing a couple of readings from my followers, or for my followers, I should say. We're going to be doing one for Aura and then one for David. David, actually, to give you a little backstory on David, David is an OG of mine. He was the very first client I had online, and he is still with me to this day. So, yeah, so a shout out to him. In fact, David, I'm going to start with you. I don't know why, but this deck I have just been in love with. I haven't used it in a while, and I recently came across it and started using it again, as I normally do with my decks. I keep them on a constant rotation. I don't know, it's just been shuffling and like reading really, really, really well. So, David, your first card is the Page of Swords. That's going to refer to the start beginning of something new. I want to say like new communication, new ideas, new thinking. Second card is Judgment. That card is going to refer to reaching a decision. Don't be wishy-washy, though. Make your choice, stick with it. No backing down, no backing out. That is going to be absolutely imperative. Then, of course, we have the Knight of Pentacles. That card is going to be about movement towards money. Expect things to start to get a little bit easier in the finance department, especially where you have had disappointments or things fall short in the past. The last and final card was the Magician, and that card is going to refer to no longer procrastinating or being distracted as it did fall reversed. Also, I want to say that budgeting, things like that, that too shall be successful. The Magician can also reference that. That's why I mentioned that. And with it falling reverse, that would be a successful budgeting episode. So, yay! Great cards, David. So happy for you. Up next is Aura. Aura is one of my wonderful friends from the Caribbean. All right, love for you. I also pulled General. First card, love, is the Nine of Wands. Okay, that is going to refer to setting yourself up for success. That is going to be of the utmost importance. Think about making a plan, how to put it together, how to move accordingly, so on and so forth. That is going to lead you to long-term or the start of long-term success, because your second card was the Nine of Pentacles. This too can include money, because the Pentacles too does refer to money and material things. The next card was the Tower card. That's going to refer to the carpet being ripped out from underneath you. I think this just refers to opportunity. Excuse me. An opportunity falling through, especially one that you expected to pan out. However, don't get too upset. It's only going to lead you to a bigger and better blessing. The next card was the Ace of Wands, and that card is, of course, going to represent unexpected opportunities, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Like, oh my gosh, right? Talk about like things happening for a reason. Final card was the King of Swords. That card is going to, again, signify success. Could be in the area of logic, communication, thinking, also mindsets. Just remember, whatever you think is going to be what you manifest. So you might as well put that energy and intention to good use. Don't sit there and worry about what you don't want to happen. Instead, focus on what you want to happen. And that goes for everybody. Everybody who's listening, everybody who's watching. Don't talk about what you don't want. No, talk about what you want. Visualize that. Visualize how you feel in the moment when you see what you want or when you have what you want. Be in those emotions. That's the key to proper manifestation, or manifesting in, I don't want to just say an intentional way, but really in a more powerful way. You know, if you want to get the most bang for your buck, so to speak, like I always tell my clients, my Siggies, my followers, my lovelies, always focus on it. And even if it's that 11th hour, do not give up. Do not give up. Still stay focused on that prize and it coming forth. Love, I think you had a beautiful reading. Like I said, definitely watch what you set your sights on, especially in regards to mindset and thinking. And I think once you stay on the positive side of things, you will definitely see that in your day-to-day life. Tonight I told a client, or suggested it to her. I said I would check back in 8 days. But I gave her a little homework, and I told her to Write out 3 things that she is grateful for in the morning and in the evening. And that way, she will then be starting her day and ending her day and being in the state of gratitude. That can be extremely important because, again, gratitude too can help us with manifesting things that we want and need in our life, things that we desire. That lack mentality, that lack mindset is not something that the universe wants us to have or to even be in. So tonight, especially, I definitely want you to sort of sit and think of things that you want to manifest in your own life. I know tonight is a night of thinking and reminiscing of the past and our loved ones, but you can make it a little bit about yourself as well. Think about things that you want to bring in. You know, tomorrow we will officially have only 2 months left to 2024. And then we'll be welcoming in a new year, which still blows my mind. Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, I am going to be offering the Stiggies, our tarot readings by Jean Rose presents the Stiggies 12 Days of Christmas. That is going to be a different reading for a total of 12 days ending on Christmas Eve, the 24th. If you are interested, the price is $120 US. If you are interested, you can contact me, especially where you see it below, Tarot Readings by Jean Rose on Facebook or tarotbyjeanrose@gmail.com. Let me know if you would like in on that fantastic package. I am so excited to be bringing it to you guys this year. You have no idea. Also, my subscribers over on TikTok will be receiving a rendition of the Stiggies 12 Days of Christmas for themselves, and that will be at no charge. So the sign up deadline is going to be, I believe, December 6th, if I'm recalling correctly. So definitely make sure you get on my TikTok and you subscribe for Mrs._Stiggy, Stiggi. Guys, if you like my style of reading, I'm available for private appointments. I cannot even begin to express the joy that both mediumship and tarot bring to my heart. Not only is it a gift to be able to do this, but honestly, when you see and feel the peace that you bring to someone's life, when you touch it, it is so humbling and so incredible. So thank you for being with me to witness these readings. For me, it's just been phenomenal. It truly has. Like I said, feel free to message me at tarotbyjeanrose@gmail.com. Also, you can find me over at Facebook at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. I offer full in-depth readings for both mediumship and tarot. So no matter what your needs are, definitely don't hesitate to contact me. We can discuss them, create maybe even a tailored package to suit your specific needs. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy your Halloween, blessed Samhain, and enjoy your weekend. Like I said, don't forget, follow me on Instagram too. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Mystical Empowerment Time with Deb Bullion. Live from SpiritQuestSchool.org. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 2035192158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Mystical Empowerment Time on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, and welcome to my show. This is Deb Bullion. I'm joining you from the sunny Gold Coast of Australia. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first show, my first time here on A1R, Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. So today, I thought that we would take it a little bit slow. I would tell you a little bit about myself so you know who you'll be working with if you come onto the show with me. And we'll take a caller. But first, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So if I don't sound like the typical Australian accent, it's because I don't have an Australian accent. I was raised in sunny California, and it was a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle. When I grew up, I was in San Jose, which then became Silicon Valley. And I moved down to Southern California, where I was very lucky to work in IT, and I decided to start manifesting. So working with a lovely lady by the name of Louise Hay, I wanted to manifest the right relationship. And lo and behold, within 6 months of working on it, a man came all the way across the world from New Zealand, and it really was like love at first sight. And that was 34 years ago, and we're still together. So from California, headed over to New Zealand, and we raised a family, 3 boys, now all grown. And then I decided, look, New Zealand is beautiful, but oh my goodness, a little bit wet and a little bit cold. And so we thought when the children were grown, we would all head over to Australia. And here we are. So coming to you from Australia, originally from California, I'm Deb. We're going to take a caller in just a moment. And after the caller, I am going to tell you a little bit about what I can offer, how I can help you, and what's coming up later this month. So we have Angela in New York City ready to come through. Are you there, Angela?
Hi, yes, I am. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. So, as they may have told you, I'm a psychic and a medium, which means I can talk to you about your life and your future, or I can talk to one of your past loved ones. So do you know what it is you're looking for today?
Yeah. I want to see if you can connect with my past loved animal, if you can connect to animals.
I can. Okay. So, bear with me. I just want to get them a little bit closer. So I've got 3 coming forward, so I'm trying to separate them. So cat, dog, is that right?
Well, I mean, the main one that passed that I'm kind of connected, the cat.
Right, because I had a cat come in first, but then I had a dog, and then funnily enough, I heard the word bunny. So have you ever had a rabbit?
Yeah, I had like a black rabbit, like 20 years ago or something.
Because so they're all piled in. They're all to see you, Angela. So let me focus on your kitty cat. Bear with me. So this is a very magical cat. Yes?
Yeah.
Because they showed me like a black cat, which may or may not, the cat may or may not have been black, but that represents to me that this kitty was very magical. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I guess she could. I mean, she's not black, but I guess she was magical.
Yeah, it's just that's their sign to me that we have a mystical, magical kitty who is more than just a cat to you. It's like when somebody, it's their familiar. It's their one of their best friends, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
She passed last week, so it's very recent, and it's still it hurts very much.
Yeah. So feminine, very, how would you say this? I want to say loving, because I feel her just like, you know, when they rub on your legs, when they just want to cuddle. That's what she's doing. So she really wants to cuddle up with you.
Yeah.
She's showing me that she was a pretty girl, but I feel like she had quite a beautiful full face. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she was 2 years old, and I didn't get the last part you said.
Okay. It was just that I felt that she had quite a round, beautiful face.
Oh, yes, she was. She was beautiful. Beautiful cat.
Did she have like green eyes?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, when she was like a little, like 4 weeks old, they were like bluish green, yeah.
Yeah, because I could just see these little eyes looking up at me. All right, so just trying to see if there's anything that...
She was a scaredy cat, so...
I was going to say, was she the runt? Was she the tiny one? Because she makes me feel like she was frightened, like with brothers, and she just makes me feel a little skittish.
Yeah. I mean, she was young. She's only 2 years old, so it doesn't make any sense to me why and how she passed.
Okay, let me see if I can get her to give me a feeling for what was going on for her. It's a very strange feeling. So, did you just find her like laying on her right side?
She was vomiting a lot and like all day. So I brought her to the animal hospital. They did blood work, chest X-ray. Everything was normal. They said maybe she ate something. So they said do an ultrasound. So I brought her home, and she was still continuing to throw up, not eating. Then I brought her to the animal hospital, and I guess her blood levels got bad, I guess, from not eating so much for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And the ultrasound didn't really show there was anything, but they were planning on doing surgical exploratory, like to explore maybe something stuff there. I don't know.
That's what it feels like. You know those foxtails? You know those little things that are in the long grass that if you get one, it's like a burr or a foxtail where it goes in but it won't come out. It didn't feel like it got to her stomach. It felt like it was like in her little esophagus, like she just was trying to choke something up. So that's what it feels like. There was something that she would have eaten that caught. And the only thing I can explain, because that was the first thing I got when you said that, because it was like something coming up from her stomach, but it wouldn't come up. And then I feel like she was on her right side. That's all she is bringing me, is this funny feeling like you want to pull something out, but then she's on her right side. I mean, she says she doesn't know either what she just said the words, I don't know what I did wrong. Like, I don't know what I ate that made me feel that way, because I don't. Do you have houseplants?
Yeah, I do.
Did you ever notice her nibbling on one? Do you have anything with like a round green leaf? Like not a normal green leaf, but like a rounded green leaf?
Yeah, I have a lot of it. I bought her like cat grass and catnip, so she would just chew on those things. So it's like the plants, she stopped the plant. But she did get heart failure. like, I guess she got heart failure after in the hospital overnight.
Yeah, system overload. She just was, it's just trauma. It's just the stress. Let's see what she wants to say, what her messages are to you. I feel like she had a lot of fun with you. She's showing me that you weren't just a friend, but there was a lot of fun in the household. Real lively for her. A lot to play with. She got a lot of love. And she gives me heartache herself. She gives me a little bit of heartache, but that heartache is for you. That is like her heart hurts because she sees you, because they still see us when they pass. It's like peering through a curtain for them. They can have a look at us, and she doesn't want you to hurt anymore because she feels like it actually physically feels like it presses in on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But I just was it even her time, to go? I mean, I didn't want to put her down, but the vet was pressuring me.
It was her time as far as she could not clear whatever this was. And it had to be meant to be, because the way she's saying is, I don't know what I ate that did this. So only thing I saw was that you had some really gorgeous plants with green leaves. And I wondered if she'd had a nibble, but that doesn't explain the burr. That does not explain the burr type of sticky type thing that I could feel in her throat. So she doesn't know how she did it, but it must have been her time. She's not, she's more upset for you than she is for herself, because she's well and good over there. She is still very playful, still having a wonderful time. Now, have you got a grandfather in spirit from your mother's side?
Yeah, I do.
Because she's with him.
Oh, that's good. No.
Yeah, she's just saying she's got people over there. She's fine. You did the right thing. You did everything for her, and she had a wonderful life with you, and she'll just be waiting. They just wait for us. It doesn't matter if it takes us 60 years to get over there. They will always greet us when we arrive. And she's with your family. So she's fine. And I think what bothers her most is how much you're fretting, how much it's hurting your heart and pressing in on you. And she's saying, just imagine her tearing around, like sliding on wood floors over there. She's having a wonderful time.
Yeah, she's right. That's all she wanted to do was play. And yeah, she did have a lot of toys. But I just feel like if she had any condition that I didn't know, like any condition she was born with, that I probably should have known about.
Not that you would have known about. If anything, like I said, it feels more like esophagus where it meets with the stomach. It feels like there was something she was trying to bring up. So if she had, I know it happens I'm not a medically trained person, so obviously I can't tell you for sure, but I know that sometimes we get folds in our own esophagus, which makes things difficult to go down or to come up. And it just feels like there's something there between the esophagus and the stomach. She's not sure what she ate. It's like sometimes an animal will tell you, I ate such and such, and you'll see evidence of it. But she's not sure. And she says...
Was she in pain?
She was uncomfortable because you know what it's like yourself when you have a cough and you want to bring something up. So you knew she was in distress, but she wasn't in pain. It was just the distress of, gosh darn it, I can't get this thing out. Whatever this is, I can't get it out. So she feels for you because it wasn't as traumatic for her as you might have thought. And for her now, it's over. It's done. She's playing. She's having a great time, but she worries for you. So know that if you talk to her, she will hear you. And know that she is literally there visiting. So you might feel her jumping up on the bed or jumping up. Did you have a gray couch?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because it's like jumping up on a gray couch. And she's saying she's always going to come back and visit with you, and she hears you when you talk to her. So please, don't fret for her. She is okay, and she is with family.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Angela. I hope that brought you some comfort. Just know that our animals are always there waiting. They hear us when we speak to them, and they do come for little visits sometimes. You might feel the pitter-patter of tiny feet jumping up on the couch or wherever she liked to sleep. So thank you so much. You've been my first caller, and I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I hope that your heart rests easier.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Bye-bye now. All right, I just wanted to take some time to talk to you all about the other side. When we do mediumship, it's always interesting what people's thoughts are on what will be happening for their loved one on the other side. And they always are okay. They find each other, they find their friends, and our pets end up going to the people that we loved as well. Now, it's quite interesting because sometimes maybe her grandfather wasn't a pet person on this side, but when they go to the other side, they're always more loving and more caring. And I know I ran into somebody last week who I did a reading for, and they had their animals in spirit with a family member who hadn't really been a pet person. But I was able to describe them to a T, and they were absolutely happy that their pets were fine. I'm just giving our producer a little message. Today, and I wanted to talk to you about a few other things. So I thought we'd take the opportunity today to get to know one another. And as I mentioned, I'm over here in Australia. I've been here since about 2008. I still get home frequently back to the US. But I wanted to tell you, I not only am a psychic medium, but I founded and established Spirit Quest School, which is an international online school for people like yourself to learn how to do this. I always say that if you are interested in this type of thing, if you're tuned in, if you're listening, and this is the type of thing that fascinates you, you might watch the television shows and watch the celebrities who do this. You might read about it, spend time on YouTube, TikTok, etc. If this fascinates you, it is a calling. It's a calling for you. Anyone can learn it. Anyone who's interested, that is. It's like learning a musical instrument. So if you really, really wanted to learn the drums and you took the time to work with somebody on how to learn it, or even watched on YouTube, got the right equipment, and practiced, you could learn. And so my story is about thinking that I wasn't a psychic medium, but wanting to be so much. As a child, I could do really interesting things, such as I remember we would go to get in the car, and this was in the day before the internet. We would go to get in the car, and I was 4 or 5 years old, and I would stop and I would tell my mother what song would be on the radio, because I'm a real music fan as well. And she was just shocked almost every time. And for a while, she was excited about that. And she was like, I don't know how you do that. And then she was like, shh, don't tell the neighbors, don't tell anyone you can do this, because she didn't know what to do about it. When I was 6 years old, a family friend passed. And it was a woman who unfortunately had dementia. She knew my grandmother. And she'd gotten, sometimes people with dementia can get quite grumpy. Their personality changes. And her personality had changed quite a bit. And it was frightening for me. And when she passed, she came to visit me. And I remember it as clear as day. And that's the difference between a visitation and a dream. You never forget it. It's like they're really there. So it was a little bit of a frightening experience for me. It was the first one. And I knew that she'd been very unwell and a little bit scary at times. So it wasn't the best visitation. But these things happened all through my life. And I still believed, because I couldn't make it happen on cue, like when I wanted to, that I wasn't a psychic medium. And I was fascinated with it. I did my first tarot reading at 18, and it came true the next day. And I'll tell you more about that another time. And I found my first teacher because I'd been hanging out in cafes and libraries, getting books on this type of thing, trying to learn about it. And I found my first teacher at a local, I guess you call them college over in the US. We call them universities over here, who taught meditation and how to connect with spirit guides, angels, etc., and do a little bit of internal body scans, meditation. And it was fantastic. And I said to Spirit, if you will bring me the teachers, I promise I will share everything I learn. I won't hold back and keep any secrets just for myself. And so I was fortunate enough that there was a 20-year gap in between teachers, and then I had a couple of very good teachers. So that's what prompted me after I cut my teeth in the industry, began to be of service to people giving these readings. I did what I promised Spirit. I fulfilled the promise to open Spirit Quest School. So what do we offer? I teach from beginning psychic skills to advanced psychic skills, beginning mediumship skills to advanced mediumship skills. I teach the Akashic or Akashic records, depending on how you pronounce it, which is reading people's records of their past lives as well. And I'm also a Reiki master, so I teach Reiki 1, 2, 3, and 4, and teach others to step into their spiritual gifts. I do courses like Angel Encounters. There's so many different courses available. Now, each week we're going to choose a different topic, and I'll teach you. You don't have to come to school. I'll teach you some tips and tricks online. I just wanted to introduce myself today, allow you to get familiar with me and know what I could bring and what I could offer, so that if you do call into the show, if you there is something that you want to know, whether it's about a past life, whether it's about an animal or person who has crossed over to the other side, whether you're wanting to know something about your future or your present, you're stuck at a crossroads, I can help you. And also we'll spend the second half of the show teaching tips, tricks, techniques, and letting you know about upcoming classes, online circles, because that's a very casual way to learn and very inexpensive way to learn as well. So each week, a little something different. I'm hoping that together we're going to have a great time. I'm so looking forward to meeting more of you, working with you, providing whatever services that I can provide for you. And I'm hoping that you'll cruise over, have a look at the websites. Now, I'm in the process of updating them to show you a conversion rate so that you can understand that you're not paying what we pay over here in Australia. You save yourself about 40% off of those prices. So I'm in the process of getting that all updated and getting the new course dates set with times that are more suitable and convenient to North America. So I hope that you've enjoyed today meeting me, and I look forward so much to working with you in the future. And again, you can find me at www.deb, that's D-E-B, .bullions, as in gold bullions, that's BULLIONS.com.au, or www.spiritquestschool.org, that's O-R-G. So again, it has been absolutely lovely to meet you all today. I thank you so much. Getting my first reading under my belt, working with a beautiful kitty for our caller Angela in New York, was just an honor and a pleasure. And I hope to be able to read for you very soon too. So thank you. And from sunny Australia, we'll see you next week.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Howie Elise Show with Howie Elise. Howie Elise. Live from HowieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-351-92158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Howie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome, everyone, and happy Halloween to you. As always, I'm delighted and excited to be here. Halloween is one of those holidays that makes me smile. I get to play, or some people say I get to be who I really am. Might have to give that some thought. Have you gone about and out and run and done all of your things? Or are you one of those people that's, no, Halloween is evil, not having it? A lot of people don't know the origins of Halloween. It was actually created as a way to keep evil spirits away. The idea was to put on masks and costumes and hide who you really were and become ghoulish to keep unwanted spirits away. Kind of interesting if you think about it. Now, excluding religious connotations, because if you are Wiccan or you practice craft, you see Halloween in a very different way. It's a very sacred time of the year. It is when the veil becomes thinner and it makes communicating with the other side a bit easier. Now, in my belief, we are always able to communicate with the other side. And I know that most people see that as true simply because when someone passes, we often have peculiar things that happen. You ever notice that somebody will say, oh, strangest thing, my Uncle Bob passed and I went home and his picture just fell over, or the lights flickered, or some other peculiar happenstance takes place. The other side is always with us. And it's kind of funny if you think about it, because we think in terms of the other side. And in reality, we are all one. In the same way that religion, and I'm going to use the term religion in general terms, not any specific religion, because what I have found with cross-comparative studies is that the majority of the religions, 90%, 99% actually, pretty much have the same philosophies. Yes, some of the names are different, the nuances can be different, though there is more alike than not. And there is always a spiritual component connected even in religion. So it's kind of a fascinating thing. Perhaps you'll take a quick peek and see what the roots of Halloween are and see what you think. All right, I think we have Cheryl in Canada, if I read that correctly. Yes?
Yes.
All right, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I had a great day entertaining some ladies, believe it or not, at a high tea. And the tea actually was cocktails, so I found that interesting. But they were a lot of fun.
Sounds good to me.
Was there a particular area of focus you wanted me to look at, or did you have a specific question?
Not really, just general. What's coming up for me in the next month?
Okay.
And I guess, are my finances going to change?
All right. I'd love to say as of November, yay, everything's great. I would be fibbing, so I don't want to say that. However, I will tell you that 2025 is going to be a lot more auspicious than 24. Things will become easier. There'll be a lot more consistent. And I feel like that's been a major issue here in 2024. Inconsistency, like you can have money and then all of a sudden you're waiting for more money to come in, and for some reason there just doesn't seem to be enough coming in.
Oh, you got that right. I had an injury that took me out for 8 months this year.
Right. So it's been a struggle this year. However, next year, again, I'd love to say, first day of January, wow. You're going to have to wait a little bit, but the overall impression is, I'd say mid-February, latest mid-March, you should start to see that consistency coming back into your life. I feel also that you are going to recoup a lot faster between December and end of January than you have this whole period, which seems kind of like an oxymoron, because you would think, well, you've had months in, you should be rapidly getting better. And yet I feel as if the stress that you've been dealing with has kind of delayed your ability to heal quickly. Keep in mind,
okay,
you are getting better, stronger. You will be able to return to the majority of what you were doing. And yet you still have to be mindful of your physical body. In this period of time, though, it's really great if you start working with some visualization tools. And I can give you a real simple one, which is to literally close your eyes, take like maybe 2 minutes out of your day, and just envision, what do you look like when you feel really good? And then take notice of, if you felt that way, what would it feel like? So go to look like and feel like, and then just stay in that moment. A minute, maybe.
Okay.
Try to do that on a consistent basis. And it's funny because the word consistent keeps running through my head, which tells me much of what you've experienced, and not just this past 8 months, but this past year and a half, has been about inconsistency. Having to deal with money, having to deal with health, having to deal with relationships. It's like, oh my gosh, everything all at once. And it's kind of the universe's way of saying, okay, take a breath, slow down, and really get clear about what you want. Because what I get is, you want to be happy, but if you're asked specifically, what is that to you? It's kind of a mixed answer. It's time to get really... Go ahead, Hannah, I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay. It's time to get very clear. We seem to have a lapse here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm here.
Okay. This is a great opportunity for you, because you're not running to business every second. It's a great opportunity to say, okay, what is it that really makes me happy? And if you think to yourself, well, I don't know, I really haven't felt that happy in a while, maybe sit down with a piece of paper and write down all the things that make you unhappy or uncomfortable or ill at ease or nervous. And then write the opposite and get familiar with the opposite. And so, if you're sad, you're happy. If you're frustrated, you are, let's say, excited or inspired. But take maybe a little bit of time to just sit and really isolate, what is it that happiness means to you? Because I don't get you as an unhappy person. This is the irony here. To me, you're somebody who, when you're at your best, everybody wants to be around you, because you're just that type of individual. You can be very gregarious at times, Though this past year and a half, it just hasn't been a part of your program. It hasn't been a part of how you've seen yourself. And I feel like a lot of that, it was just simply not feeling as if you were in the right place, not feeling as if you were being supported in your life. And I feel like that's emotionally as well as physically. Just know that there's a new cycle that is coming at the beginning of the year. And again, it's not day one, but it is relatively quick. If you're able to do what we're talking about, take a few moments to ask yourself, what does it look like? And then ask yourself, what does it feel like? And embrace that for just a moment, and do that consistently for 7 days a week, even 5 days a week. You will find that as the season moves forward and you get to next year, little happy occurrences are going to start showing up, because we tend to vibrate at a certain frequency depending on what's going on in our life. And sadly, that means if you're not feeling good, you attract more of not feeling good, or you hear more stories about not feeling good, or people call And they're like, oh, poor you. Instead of, I have faith in you. Instead of, your personality is such that you absolutely have to feel better immediately. You follow what I mean? Did I lose you, Cheryl?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay. The other thing here is when it comes to interpersonal relationships with family, with loved ones, you may need to step back a little and allow yourself to just take care of you. It's interesting because that seems to be something in the air today. I had that a lot today earlier with some of these ladies at a party that I was at. There seems to be this push to understand the self better, to recognize what your needs are more. Now, that doesn't mean be selfish and totally ignore everybody else who needs your attention, but it does mean allowing yourself a little more nurture time. As to
I can do that.
Okay, good. And I will finish up with, as to working, you may want to switch things up a little. And I mean, I don't see you doing the same thing beyond June of next year. My overall impression is getting connected with something else that lifts your spirits more. All right, my friend?
Yes, great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Have a great night.
You too. Happy Halloween.
Thank you. I believe we have Vanessa from Denver on the line.
How are you?
Probably off on that, Dover. Sorry. How are you?
Good.
All of a sudden, I wear a big hat and I can't read, I can't hear, I can't see. Are you enjoying Halloween, I hope?
Yes, we are having a great time for Halloween.
I'm so glad. Feels like there are spirits around. And when I say that, I don't mean like woo-woo. I mean spirits like drinking spirits.
Right.
Good. You'll have a great night then.
Yes, indeed.
There's a whole bunch of travel coming up for you. There's a whole bunch of party interactions coming up for you. There's 25, 26, 27, so a 3-year cycle. And I'm just diving in because it's so strong. I want to get this out before it goes to something else. But 2025, 6, and 7, you're going to find that you're having more playtime than you've had ever in your entire life. There's just going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of joy, a lot of playtime. There is something that I feel that hits November next year, not this year, but so 2025 feels like kind of beginning, possibly middle of November, that you think, oh my gosh, what just happened to my world? Please know that it's temporary. It's not a permanent situation, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now, that's out.
Looking at that.
Okay. Do you have a specific question that you'd like to ask?
I was just wondering if you felt like my mother's presence around.
Okay. The overall impression with your mom is, on occasion, she's around you. I know we'd all like to think that our loved ones are with us every single second of every day, but I'm not getting that with her. I feel like there's a lot of confidence in who you are as a person. I get the feeling that as she sees you live your life, she's confident that you don't need her, which is kind of a weird thing to say because, we hope that we always have that sweet connection with our mom, that even when they're gone, that they're putting their arms around us. And your mom does do that for you, but I don't get it all the time. I get it more as almost like a visitor coming over to check on you periodically just to make sure all things are good. And yet I'm not getting that consistency. I will say, and it's funny, the word consistency comes up again today, or consistent. If you'd like to connect with her more, if you're not averse to it, create like a little altar. Now, I don't mean a little altar where there's all sorts of statues and big things in the middle of a room.
Right.
I mean,
As a matter of fact, I did that this Halloween, not even thinking, anything about it. But I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make like a little altar for her. Never occurred to me to do it before.
Okay, then you're right on target where you need to be. If you do that, you will find that she comes to you more frequently. And you may find that you feel her more when you're like nodding off to go to sleep, or first thing in the morning when you're in that alpha state versus beta. Beta is our waking normal state. Alpha is when we're just kind of transitioning into sleep, but we're still aware of things. And it's a deeper state of consciousness. But I feel as if creating this little altar, this little space in honor of your mom, not a shrine where it's got to be 1,000 things, just this little area that's
small. Yeah.
Yes. You will find that you feel her presence more because she will be drawn more towards you more frequently.
Okay. All right. That's fantastic.
You do have someone else around you, but I feel like it's more in the lines of a grandfather. And the overall, go ahead, I'm sorry.
That would make sense in a way. I'm just not sure which grandfather it is, though.
Okay. I get somebody who used his hands a lot. So that to me would be somebody who used his hands creating things or working on things, as well as like either to grab your face or to just touchy-feely type of thing.
That could be either one of them also, because I know my on my dad's side, my grandfather, he had a bakery that he would use his hands a lot there and all. He used to dance with me. My other grandfather was in the military. I'm not sure what he did in there and all. And he was also very loving, very, very huggy.
It feels as if it's the first one, because again, I get doing things specifically with the hands, not just the touch and feel. And this is touchy feeling a good way, okay, just to make that clearer for anyone who's good, like hugs and kisses. But it feels to me like it's the first one that you mentioned. But I get...
Okay, that would make sense. I was very, very close with him.
I get him around you a lot. And that's just... I will say it's interesting. We're never supposed to have favorites, and though sometimes we do. Sometimes our grandchildren are more our favorites than our own children, or we have two children and there's one that we favor more than the other. And again, I shouldn't say that because we're not supposed to have favorites.
But that makes sense because, I used to get picked on a lot because I was told I was the favorite. So
okay, then you know who it is and you understand.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
I hear moving. I hear moving. And if you hadn't given some thought to changing residence, just know that there is something that's going to come up here within the next, I'd say, 8 to 10 months. And I get the feeling that it has a lot to do with loved ones on the other side, wanting you to have more light in your life. Now, I don't know if that means light as in lighter weight of carrying things, as in, payments, or if that's more light as in literal light in the space. But I'm getting more light and a push to make a change as far as residents.
Oh.
Just that, this is not a bad thing. It's not a sense of, oh my gosh, we have to move. That's not it at all.
Right, yeah. That's interesting.
This is a feeling of, oh, look at this opportunity, or look at that over there. We should consider it. Again, the word light, and I don't, trying to ascertain if this is more lightening up or literal light. I'm leaning more towards literal light for some reason. Perhaps it has a skylight, or it has more windows or higher windows, but overall it just feels as if it's more lit naturally, more well lit. And it's interesting because I don't feel like you're in a dark space where you're at. So that's really interesting to me.
Right, yeah.
Just know, opportunities coming up. You can say no, but if you say yes, again, there is more light. And to me, I equate more light to also being able to access all of the things that we want to access, and usually more rapidly, because light has a frequency in and of itself. So there's a higher vibration, a bigger frequency that goes out to the world. Think in terms of like this: when we go to a synagogue or a church, we light candles.
Right.
We, if you will, invoke the light.
Okay.
And I will say that in the interim, if you're comfortable, get a candle or two for your grandpa, for your mom, possibly put it on the little altar that you made, and just thank them for have been in your life. Boy, I'm tripping over my tongue tonight.
Okay.
Also, I keep getting kitties around you, as in cats, not as in little kids with 2-footers. Okay. That sounded funny, but I think you understood what that meant.
Right.
But really and truly, there just seems to be a lot of feline, I should say, energy around you right now. And it feels as if there's more that's to come in the next couple of months.
Okay.
Don't be surprised if perhaps a cat in the neighborhood gives birth near your home.
We have quite a few strays that we have come around here, so I will keep my eyes open for one.
Yes, because again, I get kitties, and typically to me that's, babies or smaller, unless it's a small cat that looks like a kitten, but I'm kind of feeling kittens coming around.
Oh boy, that'll make my kids happy.
Well, speaking of 2-footers versus 4-footers.
Right.
You really have, and I don't say this lightly, great kids. And what I mean by that is they are full of expression, full of personality, full of vim and vigor. You have moments where you want to go, just stop it. However, you have more moments where they crack you up. They really are funny kids. They are, if you will, full of life. And that's wonderful.
They are definitely wonderful. Very proud of them.
We all have children ourselves, or know somebody who has a child who might be cute or even funny at times, or smart, but they're children that you really don't want to spend any time around because all they do is create havoc. That's not yours. Yours really are heart-based, like you. Now, I'd love to tell you they never got into any trouble. That's not really true. The eldest you have to watch because of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Curiosity is a driving force that sometimes gets your eldest into trouble, just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Great kid. And yet you got to keep an eye out.
Definitely.
See, this is a child would think nothing of, let's say, having a couple of pet mice, and because they wouldn't necessarily be allowed in the bedroom or the bathroom in the house, they might turn around and put them in the mailbox for safekeeping, you know, to see how somebody would respond.
That is true.
So you have a fun environment. I will say, though, with all sincerity, be sure you are getting enough rest. You are definitely one of those moms who says, okay, I'm going to bed. And then you go, oh, but I need to do this. Oh, but you know what? I need to go over there and do, oh, I have to finish. And you may start out at one time and then it's an hour, possibly longer, that it takes you to actually get to the bedroom. Do your best to look after you so you don't run down.
I have to remind myself that constantly.
You don't have to be Superwoman every single day. Once a week is enough. And truly, if something doesn't get done before you go to sleep, there's always the next day. And to add to that, I will say that you could ask the kids for a little help. Not big help, but you could ask for little things. You know, honey, would you go ahead and put that over there? So it shortens up the time that you need to pay attention to everything. Or possibly even get them to do that more. Say that one more time, hon.
I do have to do that more, yeah.
Because, see, the way that I see this is, again, you have a couple of great kids. Teach them things that they can help themselves with, and then they become more empowered just overall in their lives. And they're helping you is helping them.
Yeah.
Now, just real quick, upper back feels a little funky. I would suggest if you're not already doing it and it doesn't feel like you are, before you get out of bed in the morning, do some stretching. Take the leg, throw it over to the other side, lift your arms up in the air, arch your back, but do some stretching so that you have some movement before you get out of bed, because the upper back is, I'm going to just use the word sensitive. And to me, a sensitivity is predisposition for something borderline, or something that's there that goes, hi, remember me. You don't really need the hi, remember me part.
Okay, I will definitely do that.
Okay, perfect. I'm so glad you called this evening. I'm glad that you and the children are having a wonderful Halloween. And when you do your altar, you can also write on a little paper a wish. Just fold it up and put it under something that's on the altar, and just kind of leave it there and see what happens.
Okay.
Your loved ones will help you get what you want.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much, Cheryl. Appreciate you. Have a great night.
Oh, I appreciate you. And you have a happy Halloween.
Thank you. Bye-bye. If you'd like to reach out to me, not on the air, but have a personalized reading over the phone or Zoom or in person at the office, you can call me at 561-755-2166. If not, I'm all over social media, but really the best way to reach me is either phone or text, and I will always get back to you. Sometimes it takes a little time, but I definitely will get back to you. Connect with your loved ones and the spirits around you simply by being open with love, coming from the heart, and watch what happens. Lots of joy to be had, and this is a great time of the year to do it. I hope you have a fabulous night, everyone.
Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I hope you're all doing really well. I will, happy Halloween. I've been reminded by the producer, we had ours in Australia yesterday. It was really fun seeing, children and families out. It's a very new celebration for us. So we're just sort of lagging a bit behind, but happy Halloween for all of you that are celebrating today. I will get into the 3-card pull for the collective. So I'll just give you a quick second, I should say, don't have a minute, to think whether you're drawn to card 1, 2, or 3. Okay. If you are being drawn to card 1, I'm using the Rider-Waite deck today, and if you've been drawn to card 1, this is your card. Okay, and when I'm, looking at these cards, there's a lot of uncertainties here, decisions that need to be made. You may need to do some research. There's a bit of things are not being clear. I'm also hearing, don't procrastinate, don't put things off, otherwise you're going to block opportunities from coming in, and this is in terms of stability and also, I'm getting abundance, prosperity, okay? And also, I'm also hearing inheritance with this. So it could have something to do with that, because I'm also getting past loved ones watching over you. So if it does have to do with inheritance, just sort of like start the ball rolling of working that out. I'm also getting told, wishes being granted. So like ask for help, use your voice. Okay. If you have been drawn to the second card, it's this one here. And this is also abundance, and it's things looking really good, but it's about making long-term plans. It's about, working towards something and reaping those rewards down the track. But it's like staying, believe in yourself and in your dreams, and just sort of, just keep going. Just keep going. It's all about abundance and prosperity. That's what I'm seeing. But it's in the future. So you have to work towards it, okay? But you will get there, all right? And it's also stay positive. I'm also getting be careful of people that might be envious of you. So don't talk too much about what you're doing, okay? And if you've been drawn to the third group of cards, it's the Ace of Cups, okay? This could be somebody like falling in love right now. It could be a new relationship or re-energizing an old relationship, okay? And, I keep hearing now, forgive and forget. So I don't know if somebody's got regrets or, you don't want to have any regrets, around this as well. It could also be a new reunion. Also, I'm getting a home. And also spiritual growth and as well. So as you let things go, you grow spiritually as well. Okay, so I hope that's helped for the collective. Now I have Sheila on the line. Sheila, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Mary. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. You have such a bubbly energy. I love it.
Thank you.
How can I help you today, Sheila?
I'm calling to see if you could please tell me if my oldest is okay. I haven't heard from them in a few years, and it's like weighing on my heart.
Okay, this is your eldest child?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Could you just give me their Christian name?
They were born Corey, but I'm pretty sure they're going by Angelique at the moment.
Okay. All right. All right, just give me a sec and I'll just tune in. Look, I'm getting they're doing okay, but they have a few challenges, okay? Now, I'm assuming they're changing their gender, or they're identifying as a female now, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I feel like this is still like some up and downs for them, and there's still like I'm seeing indecisions, like they haven't really worked everything out for themselves. And I'm also getting that they're kind of putting around their uncertainties, they're putting blame on other people rather than their own indecisions or their lack of knowing how to move forward in this. I feel like there is support around them within the group that they're socializing with, and I feel like they have like strong connections there that are supporting them, but I'm seeing that they don't want to have they're distancing themselves from a lot of people though. Okay, and my guide is also saying that's not going to change anytime soon. I keep hearing they've got to find themselves. They've got to really find who they are with the way that they're identifying and how they want to live their life. Okay, and I'm seeing a lot of agitation around them, and I'm getting conflict within themselves and also with other people externally. And I feel like there's also been a lot of people that have judged them, also within the family. Does that make sense for you, Sheila?
Yes. Also, like when they first were starting to transition, someone gave them like hormones. I think it was estrogen from the black market. And they were giving them like a week because there's only a certain amount that you safely can take. But someone was giving them an illegal amount, and I think it really affected their mental health.
Yeah, that makes sense for what I'm seeing because it has. I just see them really agitated and not really knowing who they are and how to think clearly, all right? Look, Spirit is saying that they've got to do something about that. All right, whether they take something else or less, I don't know much around the medication and that they take with this stuff. But my guide is showing me changes with that and then moving forward. Right. I also see as they're moving forward, I feel like they will always have a part of themselves that they feel they judge others. Like I feel like they don't want to be judged, but at the same time, they're judging as well, and judging themselves on what they perceive to be other people's judgment. I see them spiraling over this. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, though. Like, I'm just so happy to know that she's alive. Thank you. I was like so worried.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Sheila. Okay. Do you know? Have they taken? Do you know any other drugs?
Pardon?
Do you know whether they've taken any other drugs?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, all right. I feel like either they have or they've considered taking something that like kind of makes them, I don't know, it could be just something. It could be something as simple as just like marijuana or something, but I just feel like they could be taking something or thinking about taking something that just helps them to calm down, all right? Because they're trying to work this out for themselves, okay? And they're trying to see what's the best way, okay? They do have support, okay, around them, all right? And they do need to move forward, but it's a complicated situation for them, okay? And they've had a lot of ups and downs, even like, I don't know if they've been homeless for a short time, getting them in and out of places, all right? But let me just see what else I get. You just have to be patient, okay? And if you can, reach out. If you don't hear back, it's okay. Just keep reaching out if you can. They need to work their way back, and they need to know that you're for them. Does that help you?
Yeah. Like, I tried to talk to them like soul to soul, and I got a message from them.
Just keep trying, okay? Just keep trying. When they're ready, it'll be fine for you, okay? Just be there for them and just keep trying.
In real life, like when she was here, she said when I gave her Reiki, like, and I saged her, she said that it made her feel really happy.
Yeah, you can send her healing. Just send her healing, okay? Absolutely.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network. and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Love Life with Katana Star. Katana Star. Live from katanastar.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Love Life on A1R, the S1 Radio Network.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Katie, Katana Star. Happy Halloween to everybody in the Northern Hemisphere at the moment. We just had it last night. It was great. It's the new year for Samhain, and when the virus sinners, it's spooky time. But look, it's beautiful as well. It's also, a beautiful time for honouring those that have crossed over and remembering the beautiful times and the good times, and remembering very much that they are still with you. So, otherwise you can turn it into all the ghoulish fun that Halloween is and enjoy it. And look, beautiful energy in the universe at the moment. Here in the Southern Hemisphere, we're coming into a new moon in Scorpio, which is very powerful. Okay, it's the 1st of the 11th, so 111 if you believe in synchronicity with numerology. But look, this is huge, and with the new moon in Scorpio to coincide, this goes with the Death card, which is all about transformation, and it's magic. And look, sometimes change can be painful, as we know, with transformation, but it is always about that growth and about embracing the energy of that. So perfect time for, embracing transformation, doing shadow work, but also manifesting what it is that serves your true purpose. So there we are. Lots of nice energy in the universe at the moment. And to coincide with that, I'm going to be reading with my Crow Tarot today. I love this deck. I did mention I did a Facebook Live earlier, and I mentioned that this deck really captures the theme and the energy of the Morrigan. And she's beautiful. She's the Irish triple moon goddess who's kind of similar to the Greek goddess Hecate, as mentioned before. They have slightly different energy. They're not one and the same. But look, I will be taking a call in a sec. Wonderful. Got Colleen on the phone in a second. Hi, Colleen. I'll jump into your reading in a second. But this is the deck I'll be reading with today. And, really nice stuff. Okay. So, how are we, Colleen? Happy Halloween. What can I do for you today?
Happy Halloween. Well, I was just wondering if you might have any kind of messages for me today.
Sure. I was just saying I'm reading with the Crow Tarot. Beautiful deck and perfect time for reading with it. This deck really captures, like I was saying, the energy of the goddess Morrigan, who is a very old Irish goddess. She's beautiful. She's all about, embracing the triple moon phases of life as well, which is, and where we are at the moment is in the crone phase, okay, with the new moon. It's very much about embracing that transformation from where we've grown and how to move forward to find your higher purpose and all that sort of stuff. Now, I did have a flyer just as I was shuffling, Colleen, so I'm going to read this one for you. All right. And here we've got the Four of Cups and the Queen of Cups, all right. I'll keep going. I'll do a quick shuffle and then I'll tell you what those cards mean. And would you like me to just ask for some general messages from the cards in what you might need to know right now, or some guidance for you?
Everything you can do. I'll take whatever I can get.
It's funny what comes out, because then we can unpack those dynamics a little bit more. But I'll read you those other two cards separately because they were flyers. But I'll just get some cards out for your reading at the moment, Colleen. Let me just focus. All right, here we go. Some guidance for Colleen. All right, we've got the Magician in reverse. We've also got the Five of Cups in reverse, and we've also got the Hangman. Okay, this is interesting stuff. All right, so first of all, the two cards that flew out while I was shuffling, Colleen, while I was talking to you. The Queen of Cups is here. Now, look, she's beautiful. This crow here, she's so emotionally content and really knows how to emotionally regulate and all that sort of stuff. And she's quite mature as well. She provides inspiration to other people, but people also come to her because she's someone they can talk to. She's someone they can seek emotional fulfillment from and all that sort of stuff. Now, I'm getting she's very much your energy. You possibly maybe Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm not sure, but they're the sort of sorry.
I'm a Capricorn.
You're a Capricorn, that's okay. Look, astrology signs don't always coincide with the character of the tarot, but these are the traits, okay? These are the traits that you would very much bring to others. And she's beautiful, all right? She's very in tune with her intuition. She's someone, or she could even be a woman in your life, actually, but I'm getting she's you. But she's there. But look, at the moment, there's some stuff going on around her, okay? The Four of Cups is in reverse here. And that's telling me that there's been a bit of emotional discontentment or boredom, normally to do with a friendship or a relationship. It could be an intimate partner or a family member, but something's happened here where they've possibly come to you wanting some emotional support or something, asking for something that you can't give, or you can, but you just don't want to anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like you're at the end of your tether, and there's something there where I'm sensing that it's time for you. You've decided it's time now for you to fill your cup, and you have to walk away from this. Otherwise, they just keep drinking from all your cups. Does that make sense? So there's that sort of energy there. I'll just sit that to the side there, Karen, because I'm going to pull these other cards here as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you Karen. Why did I call you Karen? Colleen. Sorry, Colleen. Okay, so we've got the Magician in reverse here, and we've also got the Five of Cups in reverse here, and we've also got the Hangman. Now, this is really interesting stuff, and this is telling me at the moment that either with the Magician in reverse, this person has been quite manipulative towards you, all right? This person could have manipulated the situation to the point that now it's like it was upsetting to start with. You've done a lot of grieving, but now with it in reverse there, it's like you just don't want to deal with it anymore. You can't be bothered with it anymore. They have drained you, literally, because they have been a massive, massive manipulator. Now, that's not to say they're a bad person. They're just probably, disempowered within themselves. And that's often the case when the Magician's in reverse, because they're not believing in their own power, okay? But the Hangman being here, it's like, even though emotionally I'm sensing, Colleen, you've detached from this situation, you know it's time to let go, to move on, but it's almost like you're not letting go fully yet. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm going to ask you, is this a family member? You don't have to answer me because I know this is public, but this could be a family member. This could be someone significantly close to you that it's hard for you to let go of. And that's why the Hangman's there, because they know, they're sitting there at the moment. They know they need to let go, but they're just holding on. And that's okay too, because it's almost like it's like you're just waiting, trusting your intuition with something. You're waiting that moment to trust your intuition with something to find the path forward, to find peace with this situation. Because as I can pick up, I've been manipulating, I've been draining, it's been difficult. It's almost like I think this has been going on for a while, actually. And very much with the Queen of Cups there, this will continue to happen, because they may continue to come to you seeking sort of support, and you've paused at the moment and you're just wondering how to sever those ties in a way without severing the relationship, okay? That's very much what I get. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to sever any relationship here, Colleen, excuse me for getting your name wrong constantly. I don't know why. I get a bit of a blur with my energy levels. It's Karen, Colleen, whatever, but I know it's Colleen. Okay.
It's Irish too.
Well, there we go. I did say we're honouring Morgan. She's Irish. So, Colleen, what this is asking you to do, what I'm very much getting from the message of the tarot, is to find some boundaries, okay? You don't have to cut this person completely out of your life, which is why you're struggling there with the Hangman, but to find some boundaries, to find a line that you can draw and that you're going to feel comfortable with, and also to let that person know that they can't keep overstepping that line either, because you will end up drained. And I can tell this is someone you care about, and that's okay, but there does need to be that boundary there. Otherwise, they're never going to learn to stand on their own 2 feet. They won't be able to bounce back, and build their own resilience levels. They'll just keep draining you, okay? I'm going to give you a modern oracle, and then feel free to ask me a question if you want to, because I feel there's a message here for you as well that needs to come through. Colleen, here we go. There's something to do with happiness, joy, and celebration, okay? So for me, I think this is about, if you find a way to draw those boundaries and be really strong in your boundaries, this is going to result in some really positive stuff. This person is going to find some resilience. They're going to learn how to stand on their own 2 feet. They're going to learn how to do things without having to constantly get people to fix everything for them. Does that make sense? But there could also be something happening tonight even, okay? Even though, because it is the new year for Samhain and for Halloween and all that sort of stuff. So there could be some celebrations going on around you tonight where some of this might even start to, seeds being planted here. Some of this might just start to pan out. You might start to see some of that sort of stuff. But very much I am getting that this is going to be all right once you learn to put those boundaries up, you could say. However that looks. I mean, if that's just writing it down, what it is that you want this to look like, and then going, right, well, this is what I'm going to respond with, this is what I'm going to say, this is how it's going to be, okay, and then just stick to it, which is hard. This one, okay, yeah, because there's possibly been some confusion, uncertainty and doubt on the path forward here, but very much this is bringing you back to the middle of the road here. I don't know if you can see the picture. This card always brings you back to the middle of the road, to not get too carried away with the what ifs, what if I do this, but to just stay focused. And for me, very much, I'm getting this is very much coming back to those boundaries that you need to put in place. Okay, all right, so that's what I have for you for the tarot. Now, please ask me some questions and I can unpack any of that further if you like, or tell me if I'm way off. It's up to you. It's good to hear feedback though, when it, with what's coming through.
Well, was that in regard to a male energy, a family member?
I didn't get any gender, to be honest. All I got was that it's someone who's definitely close to you. And look, I can ask if you'd like some more clarity there, but it wasn't a gender that I got. I can definitely tell it's I'm kind of getting a younger energy, actually, if I'm going to really focus on that. Yeah, more of a younger, possibly immature energy. You there?
Oh, you got me guessing. Now I'm trying to guess who that could be.
Well, let's ask the cards, okay? Because they're pretty amazing how they can narrow things down. I'm getting this could possibly be someone younger. It could be one of your children even, or it could be an ex, someone who's immature. Let's see. Do you have an ex-husband, or were you married?
I've been married twice, but the second one passed.
Right.
The first one's been married for years.
All right. Let's see. It could even be a child from one of your exes. Let's see. I'm getting married for some reason. I've got 60 seconds, so I'm gonna narrow this down and ask for clarity on who this is. All right. Are you okay for me to say it live?
Go ahead.
All right. Here we go. Need some clarity on who this is. Okay. The Judgment and Three of Swords. All right, it's a heartbreak. It's either an ex, so someone's hurt you. It's definitely someone who's hurt you. Yes, I'm getting male energy, and I'm getting it's an ex-husband. Okay, the reason I'm saying that is because Judgment's there, and look at this. What was I saying about marriage? That's there as well. Could be a marriage. Okay, it could be someone linked to your ex-husband. All right, or it could be someone in your life. Definitely, yes, male energy. Someone who's broken your heart before. It's time to sever them, draw some boundaries, cut them out of your life if you can. All right, now I must go because I've only got 30 seconds left. Colleen, I hope that makes sense for you. If it's not your ex-husband, it could just be one of your children from him or someone who's associated in that sense. But I'm getting it's an ex-husband. Okay, blessed be and happy Halloween, and thanks everyone. And I will be back same time next week.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyons.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask1 Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to Perry Lyons, New York City Celebrity Psychic, where I'm just as surprised as you are to be on the air. So happy almost Halloween. This part of the face and hair, I was supposed to be the spirit of disco. But then I realized I put my glittery sparkle disco dress I just watched it. I put it in the dryer like an hour ago, and I forgot to press start. So I'm kind of the spirit of disco. I'm sort of whatever you want me to be. I'm the spirit of garish makeup. And so welcome to the show. I'm very happy you're here. If you are here, if you're not here, come here. Come here. And we're going to, I was going to say it's going to be Halloween. What is it, tomorrow? So I hope you've stocked up in candy, and I hope you have a cool costume. Somebody asked me out for Halloween and then said, I hope you have a sexy costume. And I'm like, dude, I'm dressed as like a 1860s Victorian lady. I got a full-length dress, a bonnet, and a hoop skirt. The answer would be no, but some other time perhaps. So I'm not really going out tomorrow night. I'm gonna stay home and be the cool neighbor who gives out full-size candy bars. Not the neighbor next to me who gives out sugarless gum and toothbrushes. We always dreaded those people when I was a child. Yes, I was a child. Okay, we're going to start out. I'm going to do something a little controversial. I started to ask my producer at the beginning of the show if it was okay if I did that, but I don't think he heard me. So we're going to do two psychic tarot things. The second one is going to be this type psychic tarot thing for the week. The first one, and bear with me, and I'm not going to express my own opinion, although I certainly have one, pretty much what you'd expect from a New Yorker. But here's the thing. While I was getting ready and ignoring my dress that was damp in the dryer, which I didn't turn on, that's more information than you need, isn't it? Anyway, I was watching all these different like psychic and tarot people on YouTube trying to predict the election, because I've been knocking doors for my candidate. I've been making calls. But since this is a psychic show, not a political show, I am not going to tell you. Oh, hi, Jane in Brisbane. I love Australia. Can you give me... Oh, Lisa, I'm sorry. I didn't put my disco reading glasses on. Lisa, I'll be with you in about 5 minutes. Are you cool with that? While you're waiting, what I'd like you to do is take... Great, thanks. I'd like you to take a couple of vagus nerve stimulation breaths. They go like this. You go... And then you breathe out like you're blowing out a birthday candle or you're a whoopee cushion. It goes like this. So I hope hopefully there's somebody else in the room to giggle. But what it does is it kind of regulates your vagus nerve, V-A-G-U-S, as opposed to your vagus nerve, which is where you wake up in a hotel in a Nevada city with 8 sex workers, 10 years of your life you've forgotten, and a lot of empty bottles of vodka. So we don't want to stimulate that nerve. So do the vagus breath breathing, and I'm going to keep going with this. But I'm so glad you're here. God, I love Australia. I'll tell you why later. I went through like 20 different tarot and psychic, just looking for like, who's going to win? Because I'm just curious, and I'm a betting woman. And I have my own preference, but I'm not going to talk about that here. So nobody said yes or no. Nobody said, it's going to be him, it's going to be her. Nobody. And that made me mad. So here's my prediction. I drew 3 cards right before the show. Just didn't change them. This is what they are. First card is the Emperor, which I'm going to say is the male candidate. He's got kind of an emperor energy, rich. Has a lot of kids, likes bossing people around, but emperor energy. The second card, which is right now, is the Hermit card. Let me show you this card. The Hermit card, it's kind of a weird little deck. It's like, we're just yellow and purple. Deal with it. This card depicts, it's actually a philosopher who apparently wandered the streets of ancient Athens with a lantern every night. I totally forgot his name. I'm so sorry. But Pericles, who ruled Athens at the time, kept seeing him, and he finally called him over and said, dude, what are you looking for with that lantern? And the guy said, I'm looking for an honest man. And so Pericles punched him because nobody likes a smartass. But actually, what this card is about everybody searching for truth, searching for their inner truth, trying to figure out what the truth is in the bigger world and in the election. So that's kind of where we are right now. I'm going to tell you the card, I did not read this, that I got as winning. I want you to vote anyway, or vote early and often. It's a Queen of Cups. So the lady is going to win, and I stand by that. So whoever you're voting for, I just want you to vote. Thank you. Okay. Lisa, give me 3 more minutes. I want to do the tarot psychic weather for the week. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'll give you extra reading with reading sauce on National Reading Day. Okay. Really very interesting. Okay. So I picked, this is how this works. I picked 3 cards out without changing them or doing it ahead of time. I use a lot of different decks mixed together because I'm a triple Pisces, and if ADHD was people, I'd be China. So the first card is interesting. First card, this is the beginning of the week, starting today. So for the next 7 days. This is the sort of general atmosphere stuff. And I'll tell you one last thing is I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years on this show. Thank goodness. But what I've noticed is this actually works. I'll be like in the weekend and something will happen. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't I pull that card and predict that? Darn. Okay. So the first card, you might be job hunting. You might be, how can I put this? This is the card, back when there were records and record companies, I used to call this a record company card. And shout out to my friend Nancy, who was very big in the music business. And what I meant by the record company card was that this is an artist, and he's kind of auditioning for secure protection. If you look at the card, it's a guy who's just done some stonemasonry work in a cathedral, which is run by some very oddly dressed people indeed. But so he's saying, do you like what I did? And they're saying, we're too oddly dressed to tell. No, we like it. Come back next week. Do some more stone stuff for us. What that means is it's an artist working in a secure environment. So you might be doing consulting. You might be thinking about starting a side hustle in which you're kind of either selling some sort of beauty-related product. By beauty, I mean everything to do with like design, color, whatever. Or you might be, as I said, looking for a new job or doing some consulting. So let me know what that is, because I wasn't expecting to see that card. Second card. This is an interesting card. The Queen of Swords always makes me a little nervous. Swords are always a little tricky because swords are kind of uncompromising. They're about intellectual things, and they also rule Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, the air signs. So swords are about air signs. This could be, actually it's funny, my vibe is probably an air sign woman in your vicinity. Now, since the sword can be used either to cut, to hurt people, or to heal people for surgery, although if you walk into the operating room and the surgeon has a bunch of swords lined up on the table, I would walk away. So this is somebody who is in your immediate vicinity and you're going to have some sort of truthful conversation with. I'll leave that up to you. I'm almost there, Lisa. Stay with me. Last card for this week is really interesting. The Coyote card is Colette Baron Reed's Spirit Oracle card. Right. And the Coyote spirit is about trusting in divine detours. I'm not sure what that has to do with coyotes, but I'm going to trust her. And what that means is, and this actually happens to me a lot, where I think like, oh, I'm screwing everything up. Why did I do that? Why didn't I do this? And then I'll turn around and look back and realize that everything I thought was a stumble or a misstep, when I look back, was actually a dance step in a dance whose choreography was too big for me to see at the time. So you'll notice I'm not saying everything happens for a reason. I kind of am, but whenever anybody says that to me, I always get grumpy. But I'm saying that there is kind of, I'm just going to say, a bigger plan in place. And that I'm just going to leave that there. Lisa, thank you. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Have you fallen asleep?
Did you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're here. Brisbane. I've never been to Brisbane. I lived in Sydney for a little while. I love Australia. Everything's like 13% bigger, more colorful, and weirder than it is here. Anyway, so I like to connect to people through their birthdays. When is your birthday, my love?
The 9th of January, 1988.
Cool. Oh, we love Capricorns here. You have the same birthday as my late godfather, William Peter Blatty, the guy who wrote The Exorcist. So, 1988, 1976, 1964. Oh, you're Year of the Dragon. Awesome. Oh, not quite. Sorry. You're the year before, which I'll remember in a minute. Okay. So how can I help you, my angel?
I just wanted to know, do you see a location change for me towards this year, like the end of this year?
Cool. I'm actually going to pick a couple of cards. I don't usually pick cards after I do the tarot weather. Be right back. Tell me about Lisa. Is she going to change location? No.
I want to.
Are you getting married or something? There's going to be a lot of stuff to celebrate. I don't think you're actually, I think this is a free will question. I don't think you're actually going to decide till like May or June. I don't know why that is. But my feeling is, yes, you're going to move. The cards are like, leave it up to her. She's smart. I'm getting this card, which usually indicates a celebration, often an engagement, a bridal shower, baby shower, or you going to a wedding, but it's something where people are celebrating. Is anything like that happening in your life or coming up for you?
No, not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, well, I'm not sure. You're either not in a relationship or you're in a long-term relationship, because the two things kind of read the same for me, which is kind of sad now that I think about it. Which is it? Are you in a long-term relationship or are you single?
Yes, I'm married.
Oh, you are? Okay. So, well, somebody important to you. And your marriage is fine. All good. I think you're going to stay married. And you're born in the year of the rabbit, by the way, or the cat. People born in the Chinese year of the cat or the rabbit, I say cat. It's very interesting. They're very cat-like. You can't really tell them what to do. Can't tell them how to think. They're usually very graceful. Often they either love cats or can't stand them. Anyway, so yes, let me tune in on you a bit more here. Would you be relocating to someplace fairly far away, like on the other side of, is that, I'm not getting a close relocation. I'm getting a far one. Is that correct? What you're thinking about?
Not, well, it is far, but not too far, a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's far-ish. I'm like not within 50 miles, more like 200, maybe 250. Yeah, I think you'll do it. Actually, it's going to be a nice move. Have you got your eye on a house? Because I'm seeing a very cute house. I mean, I don't know if you want to live in an apartment. That's up to you, but I'm seeing a house, and it's cute. Do you have a spare room? Can I come live with you?
We haven't got a house yet. We haven't picked a house.
Well, I think it's got like a little porch. It's kind of, I don't know, it's like a house in San Francisco. It almost looks like a house in Sydney, but I don't think you're going to Sydney. It's very cute. I really like it. You have 2 kids?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Do you have children or am I being nosy? You don't have to answer.
Yes, I have children, yeah.
Okay. How many?
I have 6.
Oh, wow. Good for you. I'm such a New Yorker that wouldn't even occur to me. I got something that's a 6 is a multiple of. Wow, that's amazing. How old? It feels like how old are the 2 oldest? Are they like, wait a minute, 19? I can't do math.
18 and 14.
Okay. We want to make sure that the 18-year-old doesn't run off and get married. I'm just saying. They're kind of impulsive. Actually, they're not that impulsive. I'm just trying to figure out why I got that card for you twice. Oh, I think I've got it. It's not that important, but you're going to a very big fancy wedding in what is our summer and your winter. Okay, figured it out. I like your husband. I think you're in a job that's good for you. Is there anything else I can answer? You're definitely moving. I'm going to say yes. It's just the stress about deciding is driving you crazy. So just know you're going to move. And it's very cute. Anything else I can help you with?
Is the house big enough?
What's that?
I said, would the house be big enough? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's cute, but it's sort of like this house I just visited some new friends like outside of DC. From the outside, it looked like a cottage, and adorable. From the inside, it was like, where did all these rooms come from? It's sort of like that, like some sort of trick box or something. So it looks cute on the outside. There's a lot of room in that. It's very well designed. I think you're going to be really happy there. I really do. And you can have pets too. You can bring your pets. I think one of your kids has a rabbit, but I might be wrong about that. Any other questions, my angel?
No, that's it.
Okay. Thank you so much. I hope that helped. And have a lovely Halloween. Oh, you guys don't do Halloween. Well, have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye. Actually, it's day there. I know that because I was madly in love with an Australian poet. And who moved back to Australia after, but I would call him a lot more than I should have. So I know that the time difference is probably like 12 hours. Anyway, I'm sitting here. I'm Perry Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic, sort of like the ADHD psychic, or maybe the Mayflower psychic because of Mayflower descendant, or maybe just the blonde psychic who couldn't quite get her disco costume in order psychic. Okay, I'm sitting here waiting for your call. I'm staring at the phone like a lovesick teenager. You are calling. Meanwhile, I'll tell you a couple of fun facts about Halloween. Did you know that in the beginning, people carved turnips rather than pumpkins? So if they hadn't changed that, we would all be drinking turnip spice latte. What's another interesting fact about Halloween? Oh, thank you, dear. Does it say Francis? Part of it was cut off. Francine. Oh, I love that name. Cool. That was interesting. That was the name of famous late American psychic Sylvia Browne's spirit guide, which I think is cool. And I love all of my friends in New York are from Ontario, or else Ohio. But you guys are great. I don't know what it is about Ontario. So how can I help you, my dear?
Oh, I'm wondering, do you do health questions?
This is for entertainment purposes only. I can give you my opinion, but I just have to say that I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. But I can give you, if it's okay with my producer, I can give you what I pick up from you. Is that okay with you, Dave? For entertainment purposes only? Okay. Go ahead, my dear.
Okay, I'm always getting sick with shingles. I have a low immune system, and I'm just wondering what I can do to help it, to heal.
I'm a doctor's daughter, so I can kind of help you with this.
Are you?
Yes, I am. My dad was a brilliant. I actually got the psychic thing from him. He was the best diagnostician in the States. It was like weird magic. Anyway, about you. First thing, how do you feel about, have you gotten a shingles vaccine?
Yes, I did.
And you still got it? Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry.
And I'm getting it every month. I'm getting it every month now. It's starting to spot in a different site completely. Yeah,
okay, well,
and I'm always
I
sick.
want you to ask this question of your doctor, but I can tell you, let me just ask my guides what's going on. Okay, hold on.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to ask. This is what I was having. I connect with people through their birthdays. So quickly, what's your birthday?
My birthday is 07/07/67.
Oh, look at you. with your 7-7.
I know, eh?
That's cool. Yeah. 67. Oh, you're just a baby. 67, 55. Oh, you're of the sheep or goat, which is better than it sounds. So I've noticed that sheep people often have like wavy hair and are kind of artistic. Are you spending any time around like children?
Not lately. I did for a bit in the summer.
My feeling is that, from what I understand about shingles, is if you're much more prone to it if you had chicken pox as a child. And my feeling is that you got exposed. Yeah, my feeling is that because people will not, although I request it, lightly boil their toddlers for 3 to 5 minutes before taking them out in public. My first feeling is that there's some sort of chickenpox epidemic going on in your vicinity. I mean, you might just go to the store and there's an unboiled child there. I wish people would just listen to me on this one. So that's my first thought is we're getting it environmentally. My second thought is that our bodies are very literal. So when we get something, for instance, I used to get a lot of urinary tract infections, probably too much information, and I don't anymore because I realized that urinary tract infections, because the body is very literal, were because I was pissed off, if you'll pardon the expression. So I started getting in touch with my anger, working through it. Bingo, no more UTIs. What does shingles feel like? I've never had it.
Very painful, and I get fevers with it too, and a lot of fatigue, and it's very painful. The spot that's on it, it's very, very painful, and it's the size of a nickel most of the time.
I'm really sorry. Oh God, I'm really sorry going through that. One thing my guides are saying is that partially they're wondering if you're taking enough time for yourself. I don't think I'm going to tell you why they're asking myself,
that. Actually.
Yeah. Okay. Are people still? What I mean is, you might be alone, but are people still like calling you, or do they want stuff from you? Because you can be alone. Nope. Okay.
Sometimes, yeah, kind of like there is that, but it's not like it's kind of sporadic. Like
okay, I
spread
feel
out.
Like one of the reasons this is showing up, and again, I'm just some crackpot in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I'm a cute crackpot, but an accurate one. And I started out as a medical psychic, but okay. One of the things I feel like people are irritating you. I feel like you're not getting what you need from the people around you. I feel like you're not getting the support. You're not getting sort of nourished. And I feel like you're just kind of annoyed with people. And that's fine, because people can be really annoying, especially lately, especially in America. So that's kind of, what I would do is maybe take a few minutes, breathe deeply, and ask your inner guide, if you have one. Her name is Sheila. No, kidding. Ask your inner guide, what am I annoyed about? What am I irritated about? What is causing me pain that I can't communicate? Because the other thing I get is that, we got 2 minutes, so I'll talk fast. Is any of this landing for you?
Yes.
Okay. What I'm getting is that you're also in a bunch of sort of social or family situations where you can't speak your truth. You can't say to Aunt Bob, you are really annoying me. Just go away. But probably just as well. But I feel like you're not. This is what I feel like. I feel like it might be good for you to turn off your phone for a day and just rest. Don't let anybody ask you for anything, bother you about anything. You're very giving, and people know that, so they will take a little advantage of that. And I think that's also what you're irritated about. Bingo, that's what it is. I think people take a lot more from you than they give. And I think that's partially where this sort of irritation that makes you like, does that make sense?
That sounds about right. That sounds
Okay,
like
stop
that's
giving.
going on
2
too.
weeks. Stop it. Just don't give. It's hard, and you'll feel weird. But I think, let me know what happened.
But I haven't talked to.
Yeah. So just take some time for yourself and set some strong boundaries, and don't give for 2 weeks and tell me what happens. That's what I think is going on. You're a lovely human. 7-7. And you're Cancer people. Oh, I love them. Courtney loves the Cancer. We were best friends for like 10 years. Cancer people sometimes are very sensitive inside, but they have a little bit of a shell about communicating their emotions. It's crab, sign of the crab. So I would force people to listen to you. I will send you maybe a taser or something. All right, gotta run. Thank you so much for calling. I'll see you guys next week on Perry Lyons, Moonstruck TV, A1R Psychic Radio. See you later.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDSpsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for this segment, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week. It's been a very busy week for myself. So this week with the astrology, we do have a lot going on with the planets. We do have Mercury, which is going to be in tri to Mars, and that is actually happening today as well. So we've also got today a lot of aspects to Mercury. So a lot of things to do with communication happening today. We've got the tri with Mars. We've also got a tri with Saturn. We've also got opposing Uranus, and then a tri to Neptune as well. So today is a big day to do with the communication, thoughts, expressing yourself, probably not being blindsided, people who are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. We've also got this week, and it's good to try, you got till the 28th for the Mercury tri-Saturn. And then we've also got this week, we've got Venus square Saturn all week. So there might be a little bit of delays. It could be a bit of problems there with like things like financial problems, or it could be like with relationships as well. We've also got Mars square Chiron coming up this week, which is going to be a bit of frustration. And then we've still got this opposition from Mars to Pluto. And that by the end of the week, that's going to be a right in that opposition, that tight opposition is coming up. So that's going to create something, it could be to do with like the banking structures, it could be just something to do like with Capricorn. So we're looking at, could be institutions like can't speak, anything to do with law and order, or governments, or like institutions, like in financial institutions, like business-wise. We might be looking at something like that. It also could affect like housing markets or homes, because we're going to be Mars in Cancer. We're just about to go into Leo. So we do have, that's going to be the big thing that comes up by the end of the week. We've also got Mars sextile Uranus. That's going to be unexpected, like it was strength or possibly even like frustration. But it's a sextile, so it's usually more positive. So that's going to be more frustration. And then we've got Mercury, which is opposite to Uranus, unexpected communication coming up. Till 27th, we have Venus is going to be opposite Jupiter. So that's going to be that is actually quite good for money and for relationships. We've also got Venus tri Chiron, which is actually good for anything that's causing you a bit of like pain to the financial relationships. And anything that really causes you a bit of grief, it's going to be some sort of healing with that. And then we've got a square from Jupiter to Neptune, which is also happening all week. So it's a mixed bag with astrology, a lot of ups and downs that are coming up here with what's going on around the world in our own lives. I do feel like it is a week of highs and lows. I feel like it's a week where people might be trying to hide or hide themselves and not wanting to be seen. There could be a bit of manipulation or game playing from other people that's coming up this week too. But I feel like there's a lot of good energy that's coming up as well, with a lot of tries and sextiles, making people feel more confident in themselves, making them feel a little bit more like eager, like they can take on the world and make things happen in their lives as well, coming up for the week ahead. Let's go to the caller. So we've got it's Jamie, who's in Livingston. He's in Tennessee in America. So hi, Jamie. How are you today?
Hello, I'm good.
How can I help you today?
Yes, I was hoping to get some insight on career moves.
Okay.
If I'm on the right path or if I need to change.
feel like you need to do something that's a bit more fulfilling, like sustainable. Like I feel like what you're doing now, I do feel like you're quite busy, like you're running the candles at both ends, like you just got a lot on, and you just like you're running a marathon, but you just keep running and you don't take a breath or you're not stopping. And I feel like that, like you are thinking about what's coming up and where to go. I feel like though you're very like structured, or you're very organized, and you take your work very seriously. It's kind of like myself, like you know how to do things like quite fast, like quite organized, but it might not be your passion. So it's like you're trying to find your passion as well. Because what you're doing, I feel like, what are you currently doing?
Medical coding. I work from home on the computer.
Medical coding, is that like, what is that? I have never heard of that before. Do you, is it to do with like medications or something?
I work with the doctors and their notes and stuff with insurance.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying it's not your passion. It's not your passion. No. I feel like you're quite creative, but you don't know how to put that in a career, is what I feel like. Something that where you can express yourself, like maybe use your hands, but like to use that in a career, like I feel like where do you go? I do feel like there'd be some sort of like side business that you would do. I feel like if you did like community work, I feel like that would kind of tire you out. I also feel like you need a break by, coming to the end of October now, but I was thinking by the end of October, like you need a break, you need a time out. I feel like, do you like doing, are you quite creative? Are you quite good with like take like colours and different like patterns and things?
Yes, I can paint and build. Yes.
Okay. Because I'm seeing like, I forget what it's called. I think they're called mandalas, like a wooden kind of structure, but you can like colour it in. But it's like the ones who have the different patterns. Like it's like artwork, but it has like different patterns and different colours. I'm seeing like something like that. Like I know people would use it as like mindfulness, but I've also seen people do it as in like art forms of art. But I feel like this would be like a side business until you can make it more of an income. But I feel like it's something that gives you a bit of release as well. And I see you doing things like that. It's like plywood, and it's like but it's got patterns and you're colouring it in. So it is like art. So that's what I'm seeing for you. And I do feel like next year, I'm going to say by Easter, there needs to be another outlet here. Because I just feel like if you keep doing what you're doing now, it's like you're going crazy. And it's like, it doesn't stop, or it's never ending. But it's your bread and butter. So it's like,
right.
But you are finding this outlet, and I feel like you're able to, whatever it is that you're making, whatever this thing that I'm seeing you do, like this artwork, I feel like you can sell it at like fairs. But I want to say, yes, I feel like it's going to turn into something more like, even like if you do like the resin, like the chopping board that has like the resin looks like the ocean. Like I just feel like you're expanding, doing other things where you can sell it like markets or fairs, and it's things that people can put in their homes, and it's an outlet. And I feel like eventually you're getting more in deep in that. But for now, it's like you've got to stick with what is going to pay the bills. But I see they're both there for you. And see how long it will take. I get 6, whether it be 6 years or 6 months. There's 6 for this, for when you're able to do that more solely or look at more the creative stuff. But I do feel like it's going to evolve into something bigger. But I see it's like you're starting to use resins and things and wood and different artwork. Is what I see. Do you have any questions?
No, I think if I hit that right on the head, that's things that I have been thinking about.
Oh, fantastic. Well, good luck. Go it, do it, try it, do it. I encourage you. I feel like you just need that. It's going to help you to release things. And I just see it's going to evolve. And I get a 6. I kind of feel like by 6 years, you're going to be able to do more of that and less of the other job you're doing, is what I feel for you.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's okay. Thank you for calling in today. So, guys, thank you for being with me today. And as I say, do what makes you happy. And, you know, sometimes the work that we have, it's not our bread and butter. It's our bread and butter, but it's not what I'm passionate about. So it's very important, I feel, to always have something that you're very passionate about. So it gives you that release, and that's something that's going to make you happy. If you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties. So my Facebook is also Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram is Lady D Psychic, and my TikTok is Lady D Psychic, and my YouTube is Danielle Psychic or Lady D. So thank you, and have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week. I may be on the road next week, but you might even see me. You'll probably see me in a different location. But I'll see you next week. So bye now.